Hey, how's it going? This is Leo Flores, making another video. We just got beat 1-0 against Aston Villa. Real talk, this is probably one of the worst matches ever. I know this gets thrown around a lot, but today's match was horrible, horrible. I think all our best players were just non-existent, really. Overall, I would have to say that our best player was Delo, and he came out, I believe it was the second half or midway through the first half. Can't remember. I'm just in shock at the moment. We shouldn't be losing, and this is already one of those really bad signs that we're losing against the teams that we're supposed to be winning against. Overall, I had a really bad feeling from midway the first half. It was just one of those matches where we couldn't get anything put together, really, and it was just one of those moments where we were doing really, really good. Villa were playing really shit, and we were just not taking advantage of the moment. Like, we should have been smashing them at least 2-0. They weren't really showing anything on their end, and I remember I was speaking to my bro Jay, and I was like, dude, we're gonna regret this. Villa are gonna get back. We're gonna get into the game and punish us for sure. So what happens at the end of the first half? Even though another commentator said, dude, it's been 15 minutes and United haven't done anything, and this was already at the end of the first half. So, when we had them against the ropes, and we were definitely, putting some passes together, and we should have been clinical, it didn't happen. Today we started off with the lineup of Ronaldo up front. Behind him was Pogba on the left, Bruno right behind Ronaldo, and Mason Greenwood on the right. We had a midfield of McTominay and Fred, and in the back it was Shaw, Maguire, Varane, and Wan-Bissaka. And between the sticks it was De Gea. And we had two injuries today. Shaw and Maguire, Lindelof and Delo had to go in for them. To tell you the truth, whenever I see this lineup, I get excited, but what doesn't convince me is the midfield. I think we definitely got away with murder last year with using McFred, and, I'm going to just pretty much say the saying, lightning don't strike twice in the same place, and I definitely think that this is the case. McFred is not going to work another season. We've been found out with McFred. They're just not good enough. They've never been good enough. They were just like a Band-Aid, for the moment, pretty much. And it's time to rip it off, and we should have. I think this was one of those main things that I talked about before the season started. We need a midfielder, like a top-class midfielder. And again, just Fred showing just that he's just not good enough. McTominay, I just don't know why he starts before. He just got back from an injury, and Donny still doesn't get a sniff at a match. We're all seeing, I think, the same games. We're all seeing the same thing, and I think we all think the same thing. Whenever I do these videos, I like to give my first thoughts. After this I post, and then I go and see like Red Cafe, Stratford Paddock, any type of even just the commentating at the end of the match with the ex-players or Gary Lineker or whoever, match of the day at the end of the day. And I think we all see the same thing. The people that just don't see it are the managers and the staff. I just don't get it, and we all see, and we all, I know, no, we're not the professionals here, but it's like, come on, dude, there's a million people out here telling you, bro, use Donny van de Beek, Start using him. Why is the dude that just came back from an injury already playing? Fred, just, I don't know, dude. He's just not doing it. Like, why is he getting a match? You know what I mean? I just don't get it. I would have been a lot happier to see Matic and Van de Beek in the midfield. I think that would have been a better balance. Again, everything just started going wrong after that. We started off the second half really horribly. The substitutions are coming way too far into the second half. 15 minutes, for what? Don't do it anymore, man. Like, I don't get it. You know what I mean? I think at the end of the day, the team looks amazing. It really does. We need still just maybe that 1-2 midfielders that are definitely top world class. I look at the other top 4 teams and I don't see that flaw with their midfield. I really don't. You don't look at the midfield and say, yes, fucking Jorginho's playing, or for Liverpool, Fabinho's playing, or at the moment Conte, at Chelsea, you don't say that about their midfield. They look at our midfield and they have a laugh. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I definitely never like to get onto the manager out, train, but I just think Ollie from the beginning was never good enough. He's still not good enough. Yes, he's gotten us to finals, but he has nothing to show for it, really. At the end of the day, we are a team that, we need winners as players to come into the team. We also need winners to come into the team as a manager. And I know we've done that before, and it hasn't been that successful, but at least Mourinho and Van Gaal won trophies, you know what I mean? And it's like, you can't really say anything, and they're winners. They won at other countries, you know what I mean? And I think all he ever won was, shit with Molde, that doesn't really matter, you know what I mean? Van Gaal was at Barcelona, at Bayern, Mourinho, we don't even gotta go there. We already know his history, his achievements. Pretty much, again, the only player that I thought looked pretty solid was Delo. Even Ronaldo, I think it's just contagious. Once the game starts going bad and confidence starts going out the window, I think it just, it's like a virus, it just starts getting onto the other players, and that's just what ended up happening. Wan-Bissaka just looked scared the whole time, like any minute he was going to get done. The defenders actually were not that bad, Varane and Maguire, until Maguire gets injured. Shaw didn't look into it really. It was just right after that after those first 30 minutes. After that, it was just, it just went downhill from there. The midfield, again, just not good enough. We're going to have to find some type of solution or something, Put Jesse fucking Lingard in there, or anybody, It's just not those two, you know what I mean? Like, we can't keep going like this. Definitely we need to look into seeing what's going on, because as well, I thought Pogba, oh my God, dude. This guy, I remember watching him in Juventus, or even the first couple years he was with us. He's good at holding up the ball. You weren't gonna get him off the ball. He had the strength, dude. They're pushing him over. He can't give a pass. Yeah, it's horrible. It's disgraceful, really. You know what I mean? This guy is a pro, and this has been not just today. It's been the last few matches where I've been watching Pogba, and he's just horrible, He can't put a pass together. He can't hold up the ball. If he does get the ball in the air, he kind of just, can't connect. He can't connect, and he's not, he's not feeding the player. There was one moment where he, the ball was coming to him from the air, and he just pretty much touches it with his foot, and it just pretty much bounces off. And it's like one of the Villa players gets it, and it's like, dude, just don't even fucking touch it if you're just gonna like give it away, you know. Bring it down to your feet. You're a fucking pro. You can do this. You know, you do this every day. But he just didn't do it, you know. And this is the type of thing that's been happening the last 3-4 matches. Again, I do realize that he's this big money player and the name, but if you're gonna be doing that type of shit, like, you know, like, come on, man. Honestly, you know, if you're not up for it, let somebody else play. You know, I'm pretty sure somebody else wants to play. Again, I mentioned earlier to Jay, my bro, that Jadon Sancho should have started. You know what I mean? This guy's starting every fucking match for Borussia Dortmund. I know he's still going through the whole change and everything, but I still think that even though the guy hasn't scored a goal, like, he's still a threat. He's still something that to play around on the manager's mind. You know what I mean? I think this would have definitely been a match for him, one for Donny. His passing the last match was incredible, even though, you know, it wasn't an ideal match and we lost. I just think Donny played very, very good, holding up the ball, the passing, everything looked very energetic. He's dying to play just a run of games, and just Ollie's just not doing it, and he'd rather play McTominay, dude. Again, it's just, the decisions are disgraceful. It was a very disappointing match, you know. I get very excited for the weekend to watch, you know, a bit of football. I like I always say, I stay up the whole night and I don't sleep in the morning so I can watch the match. And, you know, sometimes it's just like I should have just fucking gone to sleep, you know. Again, I do love United, but sometimes, you know, it can be very frustrating. Like I said, I think all of us as fans, we all see something, and the manager and the staff see another thing, you know. Again, this is just my opinion, but, you know, I gotta let it out, especially on days like today, just because it just didn't go. You know, it just didn't connect. No, the players just never looked up for it, really. And it's a shame, you know, because now we lost 3 valuable points. The penalty, let's leave it up. Let's finish it off with that. The penalty, it was a shame because Bruno always gives his 150%. He was trying really hard. Just nothing was clicking today. The players were just not clicking. I don't get what was going on, but that guy just never stops. Obviously, he wanted to be, you know, the hero and at least save a point. You know what I mean? But I think in the end, you know, it happened like it needed to be. You know, even though we could have drawn the game, I think we just deserved to lose. We definitely deserved to lose. I didn't think that, you know, I was, before the penalty, I was definitely thinking, dude, we don't deserve the penalty. Like, and if we do draw the game, like, it's just going to overshadow how the match really was, you know what I mean? And this needs to be, you know, and I think this should be a wake-up call to these dudes. Okay, the Ronaldo phase, okay, that's done, you know what I mean? Okay, but, like, you know, he never got fed today either, so I can't really blame the dude, you know? It was just one of those matches where from top to bottom, it was just not right, you know? And I looked at the lineup and I was just like, nah, I'm not convinced today. I think Ollie just definitely needs to take a look and see what he's doing wrong and just not do it anymore. Straight up, you know? And I think it is still kind of a learning curve because it's only been, 4 matches in the Premier League? And he needs to get the team right. You know, he still doesn't know what to do. The coming of Ronaldo definitely switched everything up, you know what I mean? So he doesn't know where to play Pogba. He doesn't know where to play, when to play Sancho or when to play Greenwood. Cavani is now like, oh shit, you know, where should we put him? He is a goal scorer. He did score a lot of goals for us last season. So it's just one of those things where I think he's definitely stuck between a rock and a hard place to how to go forward with the team as well. But he needs to get it quick because Chelsea, Liverpool, and Man City are not fucking around. These dudes definitely look like they're ready to go. They've shown it as well. So the only thing we can do now is just look forward to the next match, and hopefully we do better and these dudes wake up. Again, I think there's an international break. I'm not sure if there is. Dude, I'm fucking tired of that shit. You know what I mean? I think this is part of the problem as well. These internationals, it's just like, I don't know, dude. They're just kind of in the way sometimes of any type of progress, I feel. But then again, who am I to say anything? Again, at the end of the match, I'm always going to give my player of the my MVP. I guess my player is Delo. He looked composed. He looked like he was really trying. He's another player that I think is just really sniffing around to get a game. Wan-Bissaka, I think, needs to be given a rest. I think Delo definitely has been showing. He was playing pretty much every match at Milan, so he needs to be given a proper chance as well. I want to see a couple differences in next match. Most definitely. And again, thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and have a great weekend.